नमस्कार दर्शकों, आज हम लोग आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव मना रहे हैं। 75 साल भारत की आजादी को हो चुके। 75 years has been there that India has been independent, and now this is the time to discuss that what we have gained in these 75 years and what opportunities are there for us more in future. And for discussing all of the above, with me are some very eminent panelists. We have Professor M.K. Bhandari, who is a senior professor of law and given all his life for following law reforms and for making students in law, and given all his life for studying law studies and law reforms. And we have some more eminent panelists with us who to whom we'll discuss everything about Indian independence. We have Angelica Refling with us, who is technical education and leading activist in Europe. We have Professor Dr. Rajeshwari Varadhi with us, who is professor of law and former dean, faculty of Law University of Mumbai. And we have Professor Beniwal Jaisimha, principal and head Kelly Society Law College. So precisely, we have all the eminent guests who has contributed a lot in law and reforms and given their life for reforms of the countries. So we will discuss about Indian independence and what India has faced in these 75 years, what are the challenges and what are the opportunities. So taking it forward, we are going to discuss the major challenges for India when we are at 75 years of independence. So firstly, I'll be coming to Professor M.K. Bhandari. Sir, according to you, what are the major challenges for India when we are at 75 years of independence, and what opportunities you see in coming 10 years? Because India is a growing economy, India is full of youth, India is full of energy, India is full of brains. So what opportunities you see in the coming 10 years?
नमस्कार एवं सबको भारत के अमृत महोत्सव, आजादी के अमृत महोत्सव की बहुत बहुत बधाई और शुभकामनाएं. Thank you, Mr. Varun Bansali, CEO of Rajasthan Samvad, a leading news channel in Rajasthan and also in India, for taking up this very important panel discussion on the theme India at 75, Challenges and Opportunities. And I am happy that on my request and on your request, we have eminent panelists today. Even we invited Angelica, who lives in Germany, to share what she thinks about India's progress. And we have, as you have rightly mentioned, Rajeshwari Varadhi from Mumbai, and Professor Beniwal Jaisimha from Hubli, Karnataka. So we have panelists from across the country and the world also, I can say. Yeah, you have rightly said what are major challenges and what are opportunities for coming next 10 to 15 years. Well, Varun, we are now 75, independently 75. So it is a mature age, a age of wisdom, not a childish age. And in these 75 years, undoubtedly, we have made tremendous progress in the field of science and technology, in the field of economy, in the field of legal reforms, legal education, justice delivery system, in the field of healthcare. In every sector, we have made tremendous progress, no doubt about it. But still, much has to be done. And we must remember that we are a democratically governed country with a population of nearly 140 billion people. 140 करोड़ लोगों का यह देश, जो कि लोकतांत्रिक प्रक्रिया से चलता है, विश्व का सबसे बड़ा लोकतंत्र है। ये बात हमें हमेशा अपने ज़हन में रखनी चाहिए। शायद ही कोई ऐसा देश है जो इतनी मजबूती से लोकतंत्र को लोकतांत्रिक तरीके से चल रहा है। आप दूसरी कंट्रीज की बात करें, आज मैं किसी का नाम नहीं लेना चाहता, भारत से भी बड़ा देश है आबादी में, लेकिन वह लोकतंत्र नहीं। इस लोकतांत्रिक प्रक्रिया के साथ सबसे पहले तो मैं सैल्यूट करना चाहूंगा हमारे सभी पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज, उनके नेताओं को, चुनाव आयोग को और भारत की जनता को, वोटर्स को, जिन्होंने इस लोकतांत्रिक व्यवस्था को कायम रखा है। We have maintained our democratic credentials and every election has been a great success. Now, having said that, I would say that still because time constraint is there and we have another eminent panelist here to respond, I would say that in the matter of healthcare, still we are lacking. Lacking in the sense we have best health facilities. India is one of the destination for health tourism, but the health facilities are not available equitably. Means the poor, the middle class, the lower class, they are not getting those facilities, those better treatment facilities as the rich can afford. That is one challenge before us. So I would say inclusivity. Let all the people of this country, majority people of this country must get better health care. Second is, I would say, major challenge today is maintaining communal harmony and peace. Because if there is no peace, there is no progress. Peace is a condition necessary for progress. So today what we see, not only today, but we are witnessing that on one or other pretext, on one or other ground, there are some violences, killings, and so many things, riots, dharna. Now, this is a time when each one of us must introspect that where we want to take our country. It is only India is known as a tolerant society. हमारे तो धर्म में, हमारी संस्कृति में सहिष्णुता को बढ़ावा दिया गया है। तो आज हम इतने असहिष्णु क्यों हो रहे हैं? ये हमारे लिए सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज है और इसमें न केवल राजनीतिक पार्टियां बल्कि हम सबको मिलकर प्रयास करना पड़ेगा कि जो हमारा सामाजिक ताना बाना है वो हम बना के रखें और वो पहली शर्त है तरक्की के लिए, प्रगति के लिए, प्रोग्रेस के लिए। फिर मैं आपके सामने आऊंगा न्याय व्यवस्था। एक पहले इंटरव्यू में हमने इस पे बहुत चर्चा की थी। मैं संक्षेप में कहना चाहूंगा कि आज हमें आमूल चूल परिवर्तन करने की जरूरत है न्याय व्यवस्था में, ताकि लोगों को जल्दी न्याय मिल सके, लोगों का न्याय व्यवस्था पे भरोसा रहे। इंडिपेंडेंस ऑफ जुडिशरी एंड स्पीडी जस्टिस आर अगेन नेसेसरी फॉर कीपिंग पीपल फेथ इन द डेमोक्रेसी एंड इन द जस्टिस डिलीवरी सिस्टम। एंड टेक्नोलॉजी, सिंस वी आर ऑल्सो ऑल वर्किंग ऑन technology, India has no doubt gained a leadership role. We are global leaders in the field of IT sector. Indian IT experts are in great demand, but still we have to take this technology. New and new technologies are coming every day. Now metaverse is there, blockchain is there, cryptocurrency is there. We have to take the benefits of these technologies to the last person in the ladder. That is how we have to create an ecosystem. And we have to create socio-economic justice. The wealth of the country should not be cornered in few hands. Let it be enjoyed by all the people of this country. After all, this country belongs not only to few individuals, it belongs to each and every one of us. So these are some issues which, in my opinion, need urgent attention. And I'm sure that, and last point, we are talking of fundamental rights. I think other panelists will speak about it. Why don't we talk about fundamental duties? Who will fulfill the duties? If everybody asks for a right, then who will do the duty? धर्म का मतलब ही कर्तव्य है। जब हम बात करते हैं कि धर्म, हम सभी धर्म को मानते हैं, कोई भी धर्म ले लीजिए आप, सब में कर्तव्य को, ड्यूटी को प्राथमिकता दी गई है। हमारे भी संविधान में आर्टिकल 51A deals with fundamental duties. So we have to also think and talk about how to observe our fundamental duties. Of course, we have a right to demand our fundamental rights. So there are many, many issues, Mr. Varun, and we can discuss it on, but time constraint is there. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Rightly said that in 75 years we have gained way much. 140 crores people, democracy is India, and such a huge democracy. We have gained technology in these years, we have gained economy in these years, we have gained Parmanu nuclear energy in these years, and many more things we have gained. We have given Satyam Shivam Sundaram to the world, Satyam Nadella, Sundar Pichai, all of these honchos we have given to this world. But yes, we are facing challenges as well. We have an unbalanced economy where poor is becoming poorer, where rich is becoming richer. We have many more challenges, and you have very rightly said that fundamental duties need to be exercised, and many more things has to be done. So, but India is growing as a global leader, and there is no question about it. We have Angela Refling with us, who is from Europe, a leading activist from Europe. She is a technical education expert, and she has lived in Germany and Austria both. Ma'am, India is making rapid progress in every field of economy, science, and technology. But how do you see India in a global scenario? Is India becoming global leader day by day? And how do you think in coming 10 years, what will be India, in front of the whole globe?
Hi, everybody, and thank you for having me in this very important day for our Indian nation. Happy Independence Day to all of you. And yes, how do I see India globally? My first experience with Indians and the country was back in September 18, when I visited the first conference with which was conducted by Professor Bandari. Yeah. And yes, I was amazed about how innovative, how dynamic, how much energy there was already about Bitcoin, blockchain, and all those new technologies, even at a time where it was rather a gray zone in India, where it was rather prohibited than allowed or than legal. And this was my first impression, because I have never seen this immense interest, even in my own country or in Europe or in USA before, on conferences. So this was the first impression I got from Indian people. And yes, nowadays, if you look in my business with having lectures or trainings with Americans, Indians, all nations, I can really say that the Indian people are that going, are so open, mind open for new topics. They show so much discipline in approaching new topics, new themes, new technologies like we are talking about today. And this is amazing for me. My husband, he is in the field, in the security field, and has a lot to do with global trainings and companies. And he always needs to deal with Indians, because they are just all over. They are all over the companies and globally in all the world. And especially in the IT sector, you find Indian people, I think, yeah, all over the place. So globally, they already have a very big footprint, in my opinion. And it will just go on like this, because they are so dynamic, and willing to learn, innovative, mind open, flexible, and I think they are just ready for the digital future.
Great. So Angelica ji is saying that India has people who want full learning and who is learning every day. India is full of brains. Indian youth is full of brains. And if I say this, it will not be an exaggeration that many companies in the whole globe is running because of Indians in it, and they are CEOs, they are managers, they are on the top positions in those companies. And yes, India have those brains. But looking at that portion, we have one pertinent question which needs to be asked. When we are 75 at independence, we need to ask that, is this real independence? Because there is some challenges which are there. And here I want to welcome Dr. Rajeshri Vardhari, who is Professor of Law and former Dean and Head Faculty of Law, Mumbai University. Ma'am, what is your opinion about our legal system, and does it promote freedom of individuals and the society? Because, you know, at some point in the legal system as also, people used to see that, am I really free? So what do you think about it?
सबसे पहले नमस्ते। हमारे सभी दर्शकों को आजादी के अमृत महोत्सव की बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं। Varun, thank you for inviting us here. See, in my opinion, as Dr. Bhandari has explained challenges before us, I think in India, we citizens of India are really enjoying our liberty. Our constitution guarantees us fundamental rights, especially Article 14, 15, 19, 21, by which it guarantees us right to equality, right to life. Right to life includes almost all rights which we need for our fullest possible development. We have freedom of speech and expression. We have right to liberty to move anywhere. We can move anywhere around us in any part of the state and even to other countries. We have several directive principles which guarantees us social security measures like equal pay for equal work, maternity benefits, special provisions for women and children. We have fantastic Indian legal system which ensures maximum protection of our rights. For that, we have three-tier system: district courts, high courts, Supreme Court. If any citizen is not satisfied about the decision of district court, he can go and appeal before high court. If he is not satisfied with the high court decision, he can go and appeal before the Supreme Court of India. And in number of legislation, Supreme Court of India has proved that citizens' rights are protected. Several public interest litigation, we are aware, Air India versus Nargis Mirza ensures us right to equality, where equal pay for equal work was discussed, and she was removed from the services and she was reinstated in her services. Or in DK Basu versus state of West Bengal, even prisoners' rights are directed, that what kind of rights are available for prisoners. So, a number of rights like right to free legal aid, right to be informed to relatives about the custody of a prisoner, right to have medical assistance. So many rights even prisoners are enjoying. In Sheila Barse versus Union of India, Justice Bhagwati has given directions and ensures that speedy trial right is have by every citizen of India, and matters should be disposed of by giving proper hearing. As you are aware, Varun, see, awareness is so much, and that is why so many cases are filed before the courts. Indian judiciary, we have now crores of cases, and that is why in Hussain Ara Khatun versus Home Secretary State of Bihar, judge has given directions that every state should take necessary steps to set up courts and to ensure speedy disposal of cases. So accordingly, under Indian judiciary, now state is taking all efforts and government is also supporting that many courts should be set up to ensure them speedy justice. Not only this, awareness is increased. Now common citizen of India, common person knows about their rights. I feel really happy when I look around me that I was a lady member of Maharashtra State Consumer Commission, and a lady from any district of Maharashtra, they used to come to our court and we used to ask them questions in local language, and they used to say whatever has happened, and we had imparted justice to them. It really gives me satisfaction, and I am happy about all these changes which we are observing when we are celebrating our 75th years of independence.
75 साल जब आजादी के हुए तो ये जो चेंजेस आ रहे हैं वो बहुत सुखद हैं। और वाकई में आज से कुछ वक्त पहले तक तलाक 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 बोलकर तलाक दे दिया जाता था, लेकिन जब उसकी सुनवाई भी सुप्रीम कोर्ट में हुई और जब उस पर भी कानून बना तो कहीं ना कहीं अधिकार मिले उन महिलाओं को भी जो बहुत ही ज्यादा एक सोसाइटी के ढांचे की वजह से अपने आप को पिसा हुआ महसूस कर रही थी। लेकिन वो महिलाएं जब आगे आई तो हमारा संविधान ऐसा था, हमारी कानून व्यवस्था ऐसी थी कि उस पर भी कानून बना और लगातार सबको जो राइट्स है वो मिलते जा रहे हैं। और इसलिए 75 साल जो है ये वाकई अमृत महोत्सव मनाना बनता है। तो ये थी प्रोफेसर डॉक्टर राजेश्वरी वरदारी। और अब मेरे साथ जो है वो है बेलिगल जैसिमा जी, who is professor and principal KLE Law Society Law College from Karnataka. So do you think that the people today are also misusing this freedom when they go on social media? There is too much happening there, so much misuse of the social media. So there is some room to make a law on that. There is some, necessity to make a law on that.
Good evening, Varun, and also Professor Bandari and all the panelists. And at the very outset, I wish all the viewers and all the panelists a very happy 75th Independence Day. And I remember the words of Jawaharlal Nehru on this occasion, that at the stroke of midnight hour, when the world sleeps, India will awake to life and freedom. And we have attained freedom when all the rest of the world was sleeping. And if you look into that freedom movement, it is an amazing history that no other country in this world might have achieved the independence in such a peaceful manner. Though we had some traces of revolutionary activity, but still, in the end, we could still get freedom, and we continued friendship with the same colonial rulers from whom we got our independence. And at the before I share my views, I express my gratitude to Angelica. Staying in Germany, she had expressed that India has got a potential to grow as a global leader, and she must come to India and answer a few narrow-minded people who still doubt about the potential of India. Thank you, Angelica, for keeping faith in our country. Yes, this country is going to become a global leader, and already we are finding those spaces in our activities. And coming to the question that Varun has put up, when we got independence, we have to make a classification between the independence and freedom, because often the independence and freedom, they are used interchangeably, but there is a difference between independence and this freedom. Independence is that we have become independent, that is, we are no more dependent upon anybody. That's how the independence speaks about. Now, when it comes to freedom, we got freedom from, now we have to move freedom towards, and we are moving freedom towards our self-reliance, and we are moving successfully also. And with respect to your pertinent question, the misuse of freedom, yes, we find that though this freedom has given the citizens of this country so many benefits and also so many the things that they needed, but of the late we are finding that there is some kind of misuse of this freedom, not only in social media, Varun, even we find this misuse in all the activities that we are finding today. And social media, which is, as Professor Bandari was telling, the science and technology which has developed so much that social media has brought the people together when people could not meet physically. And this social media given an opportunity to meet online and share the knowledge and connect with the people, especially during the COVID time. This social media or this online webinars or online lectures, it all kept the people together and learning continued. But unfortunately, what is happening is that if we look into the statistics of the users of the social media, most of the users of the social media below 17 years of these teens, and we find there are the instances of misusing this. They are using it for committing frauds like cyber bullying or cyber stalking or even cyber homicide. There has been a case in America which has been that a murder took place through internet, and it was probably in 2012 or 13, I remember. And even the sex predators that taking the what we call morphing. These are all the challenges that we need to put. Though we have a law, Information Technology Act 2000 has been passed, and where there are laws to combat these misusing, but what is necessary is that this law needs to be more strengthened. And along with strengthening this law, we need to create an awareness among the youth. It is always said that youth are lost. Youth are going in wrong direction. But I don't say that youth are not moving in youth are not lost, but they are moving in the wrong direction. And as the elders or as the seniors, whether it be professors or the leaders, they have to bring those youth into the right path so that these misuses can be combated. India, having 75 years of independence, achieved so much of things, but still there are shortcomings. And one of these shortcomings is this misuse of this freedom. And even even this misuse is taking place even in political arenas. A person gets elected from one party and soon after he shifts to another party. The corruption, still we could not, though we speak much about the corruption, but still corruption could not be controlled to the extent which we wanted. And as somebody was telling that when any scheme is implemented or announced by the government, by the time when it reaches the beneficiary, more than 50 or 70% of that scheme, that money will not come to the beneficiary. He gets only little. This is where we need to work on, and this is the biggest challenge that I feel that this India will have for next coming years. Thank you.
So you have put some very correct points and very pertinent points, Dr. Jaisima sir. But what we need to celebrate is that 75 years is so less time to grow this much what India has grown. But yes, what we need to think is that India has given us so much, India has grown so much, but now it's time that we should look upon our duties as well. As Professor Bhandari has rightly said, that fundamental duties need to be looked on when we talk about fundamental rights. And yes, as Angelica has said very pertinently, that yes, India is growing greatly in global economy, and for that our youth needs to be go on with this learning process more and more so that we can flourish more and more. But yes, as Dr. Rajeshwari ji has said, that we have made some great laws, and laws has given us so much, our judiciary has given us so much. But at the same time, we need to look on the pendency as well. We need to, reduce this pendency as well. And as Dr. Jaisima has clearly said, we need to look on to the corruption as well. We need to reduce this corruption as well. So now let's take a pledge with all these eminent panelists' suggestions that yes, India as a country will reduce these challenges, but we as citizens, let's look on to our fundamental duties as well, because when we will get aware, many things will solve and we will grow more and more. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. And we are very blessed to have such eminent personalities with us to give such great messages to the country. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Varun, and thank you all our panelists. They all are our learned IOGA members, and we are working together for promoting law and technology related education all over the world. I'm happy that all of us have expressed our views in a very balanced and proportionate manner, not like the traditional TV debates where there are allegations and counter allegations and a lot of disturbances, but you have handled it very nicely, and everybody got an opportunity to express his or her views. If time permits, I would just say one thing. I would like to share one experience.
Yeah,
with
30
me.
more seconds. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah. I went to Austria and I presented a book to Justice Stephen Breyer, who is a still Supreme Court judge of the US Supreme Court. My book, this is Basic Structure of the Indian Constitution. And after reading it in USA, he wrote me a postcard from the chamber of the Stephen Breyer, Judge Supreme Court. The Professor Bandari, I never knew that Indian Constitution is so strong and so powerful in championing the rights of the persons. So that was a big compliment, not for me, but for the country.
झटका, करंट, शॉक, नाम अनेक पर कारण सिर्फ एक, लापरवाही। इस लापरवाही का भुगतान कई बार उन्हें करना पड़ता है जो हमारी परेशानियों को दूर करते हैं। वो इलेक्ट्रिशियन या वर्कर जो हमारी इलेक्ट्रिक रिपेयर के लिए आते हैं, लेकिन किसी न किसी लापरवाही की वजह से हादसों का शिकार हो जाते हैं। होनी को तो कौन टाल सकता है, ऐसा कहने से कुछ नहीं होगा, क्योंकि ऐसे हादसे बिल्कुल टल सकते हैं अगर आपके घर में लगा हो सेफ ऑन पावर प्योरीफायर। रहो शॉक फ्री सेफ ऑन पावर प्योरीफायर के साथ। इसे लगवाने के लिए आज ही अपने नजदीकी डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर से संपर्क करें।